Question: can mental clutter hold you back from earning or keeping a little bit more of that hard earned money? I think so. Let's talk about it. Back in a minute. Hey, good morning. Good morning. This is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City. Saves money. And I really love helping people to keep some more of their own hard earned money or even making a few extra bucks. There you go. How's everybody doing today? As always, I hope that this audio video finds everybody doing well as I sit here sipping my 15-cent cup of Joe. Hey, talk about losing a little bit of mental clutter. Yeah. I know that my cup of Joe only cost me 15 cents as opposed to, well, $3, $4, $5, and all the way up into oblivion. That is not a choice I like to make, but that's me. How's everybody doing today? I want to talk to you today about mental decluttering. Now, we oftentimes talk about, well, our drawers, our closets, uh, our basements, our garages, our attics. They get cluttery, and we look at them and go, ugh, we don't like that. Well, sometimes in our own little mental space, the way we perceive things, sometimes things are like in the periphery of our minds, the borders of our own minds. It's just like little tidbits of nagging little things. Not talking about earth-shattering stuff here. Not talking about like really deep dive stuff here. Talking about things like mental clutter. For example, you've been meaning to say something to someone that is of pretty much importance to you, not earth shattering news. No. And you've been meaning to talk to that person about this issue. I mean, it may be important to you, not important to the world at large, but it's important to you. And you keep putting that thing, that discussion, just using this as an example, on the back burner. Maybe you put it on the back burner for a week. Then you put it on the back burner for 2 weeks. And then before you know it, it's like too much time has gone by. And believe it or not, mentally, it's on your mind subconsciously. Okay, this is my guess. I'm no psychologist here. I'm just a regular person that lives life. Because I know how I get if I obtain way too much, like those little mental clutter tidbits that really should be addressed. But I could tell you this much: every single time that I knock it out of the ballpark and address the tiny issue, two good news is: one, I got rid of the tiny issue before it exacerbates into something humongous. That's number one. Number two, I feel empowered because, hey, listen, I took a step in the right direction. These are the things that can hold some people back from going forward to focusing on greater matters of importance. Okay. For example, how many times have you said to yourself, I really do want to sit down and figure out my budget now? Some people are like, so about budgeting or whatever. Honestly, I believe that a budget or a spending plan, for the most part, everyone is different. Everyone's financial situation is different. That's why they call it personal financing. But if you find that sitting down and creating this budget or this spending plan gives you a feeling of security, acts as a roadmap to the person. I'm the type of person, I kind of like to look at things. I'm like I always say, I'm a bean counter, if you will. Like we went over the other day about knowing, projecting, well, what can I get for my stockpile at a great price that I know I'm going to use? I know I'm going to use it. I know pretty much how often I use it. I feel a sense of empowerment because I could try to get the best price and the maximum value and as many as I can, so that, guess what? I could check off in the back of my mind's inventory, check mark, completed. I don't have to concern myself about that item, let's say, for example, 6 months to a year, whatever choice I decide to do. Okay, that is just truly an example. Okay, so sometimes we get like mentally cluttery on the little things, like the little things that you meant to tackle around the house. Okay, and you keep saying I'm going to get a round to it. Remember that round to it show that I did about a year back? I put a circle up. It might have been a sign or a paper plate. I forget what it was. And it was like, it said round to it because a long time ago, I was walking by a storefront. This must have been about 20 years back. And I saw this thing and it said round to it. It was like round. And then it had the word TU, which is kind of like not a word. And it said IT. And it was like two separate words. I'm like looking at it going, and then I said, "Oh, how cute! A round to it. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. When I get a round to it." How many times have you said, "Well, I'll do this, 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 and that as soon as I get a round to it"? So I guess some people, as a goof, probably bought bought their friends or family members a round to it, wrapped it up, and gave it to them as a gift. See, that's proof positive. Okay, that's proof positive that some people, I would say many of us, will not go forward on other things because we didn't get a round to it. Okay, could this be the year that we decide it doesn't happen overnight, that we're going to go through the check marks and the inventories in our mind's eye? What little thing, that little nagging thing. Now, this is interesting. Just this morning, okay, now this is a tiny issue but a big issue because if I didn't address it, you don't get to hear the show that you're hearing right now. So I went to create my broadcast at the broadcast studio, on the platform that I use to do that, that you happen to look at in the upper right hand corner. So I went on there to create my broadcast and I created the broadcast. And then all of a sudden, I'm noticing the microphone's not working. Well, guess what? There's no show without a microphone. I said, "Oh, this is great. No microphone equals no show." Then I said, "Well, you do have other devices to use." And then I said, "Well, I'm not going to go that route because I still have to address why is it that on this device, the microphone is not going to work." It was tempting for me to just walk over to the other device and just, log into the platform there and create the show from that device. I said, "Nope, nope," because this was okay. Here's an example of tiny mental decluttering. I said, "I am not going to go forward and create the show till I address that I can be able to use the microphone on this specific device." Because when I do the shows from this specific device, I notice that the sound quality is slightly better. This is just a Janet thing. All right, so I'm a little bit of a stickler on that. If you're going to listen to an audio show, you want to be able to hear me on the audio show. So I said, "You know what, Jan? You're going to talk about mental decluttering." So I said, "My mind is not going to rest until I address the issue." So then I figured out what was going on, and one of my microphones on another facet of the device, used in a different app, was actually blockading me, if you will, from using it on my normal app that I use to make this show, for example. So I said, "Aha, I discovered the prob." And it felt good discovering the little problem. That little thing could have stopped me from creating this broadcast on this device. But that little thing, in all actuality, turned out to be a really significant thing. And it's funny that it happened on, of all days, the days that I'm talking about, mental decluttering. Okay. Did you ever notice that, like, when your mind is clear, you could find yourself making better choices, making better decisions? For example, even like, let's just say a person having a good night's sleep versus a person that's had not the greatest night's sleep. Okay. And the next day you pay the piper for it. You wake up and you're feeling like so sluggish and it takes like 10 cups of Joe and you're still not there until hopefully the next night you get a decent night's sleep. You wake up, the sun is shining all of a sudden, and the birds are singing, and life is of better harmony, and you are more perfunctory. So that's where I'm going with that. I noticed this. If you could get rid of the tiny things, the little nagging things, I can't answer that. What would that be for you? Would it be for like, I don't know, like things that you needed to purchase, you never purchased, or that phone call you should have made, or the letter you should have answered, or something that came in the mail that was like, I didn't expect this, good, bad, or indifferent, but it needs to be addressed. You know what I mean? So if you could find and discover a couple of things that have been like nagging at you, tiny things, but you will be shocked and amazed that once you conquer those tiny things, your mind is more open to thinking about other things. And one of them definitely includes being able to earn more money. And if you're not, quote, an earner in the physical sense, finding ways that you can keep some more of that previously hard earned money. Okay. Find ways. What could I do this day to save more money? That only you can answer. All right. Listen, if you found value in this or any other of my videos, I really would appreciate it if you have an amazing, fantastic day. Don't forget to share and click like and subscribe to this channel. Have an amazing day. Take good care now. Bye bye.